the GM Buffalo, the Eagle 05. Once quite common in the US, these were not designs often embraced around the world. But in Hungary, one concept bus that may have been inspired by them was built as the ultimate in safety and luxury. This is the story of the lone Ikarus 270, the bus that was determined to change the socialist bus world. Hi, this is Jeffrey. Now, concept buses are usually fun and interesting to look at, mainly because they have features built into them that production buses do not have. Now, Ikarus, the major manufacturer of buses in Hungary, did produce concept buses, and one of them was the 270. Now, the 270 was built to demonstrate the latest in safety and comfort features that can be put into a bus, but there was only one of them built. And it was also influenced by American buses of the time. It's a really fascinating story, so let's get started in taking a look at the Ikarus 270 concept bus. The design of the Seoul 270 series bus began in the early 1970s when the 200 series was introduced. But unlike the 200 series buses, which were intended to be mass-produced, this vehicle was manufactured as a single prototype exclusively for demonstration purposes. It was meant to show off the latest in safety and comfort innovations. It was also known as the 80% Project. The development of the 270 was led by Ivan Boda, and the design was created by the legendary Ikarus designer Laszlo Finta. Perhaps the most striking new feature was the unusual triple protection patented bumper. Despite its unusual appearance, 80% of the bus was built from existing 200 series type parts. This was advantageous not only because the designers could save a little money on the production of the prototype, but also because many of the ideas could easily be incorporated into older models. The unusual and unique oversized bumper was designed to protect not only the bus itself, but also another vehicle in the event of a collision. Therefore, the height of the bumpers at the front and rear was adjusted to match the dimensions of passenger cars. Despite its relatively simple design, the bumper was able to absorb the forces of the impact without recoil, thus protecting the oncoming vehicle. So, how did triple protection work? The bumper, attached to the vehicle's crossmember, was a flexible structure consisting of 3 protective layers. The first level consisted of foam-filled cubes that also served as an outer shell for protection in the event of minor accidents. As a second level of protection, an air cushion, which was something like an airbag, was mounted between the bumper and the body, which was connected to the bumper and other parts of the frame by a piston rod. The third level of protection and the strongest part of the bumper was a vertical aluminum honeycomb combined with foam, which was activated when the first 2 levels were no longer sufficient. With the 3 levels of protection mentioned above, a bus traveling at 30 kilometers per hour would be completely safe in a collision with a concrete wall without any injuries to passengers, as proven in laboratory tests. Now, let's take a look at some of the basic specifications of the Ikarus 270. Number 1. Length is 12 meters, which includes the 26 centimeter bumper extension. Number 2. Width is 2.5 meters. Number 3. Height is 3.24 meters, with an extra 36 centimeters higher for the rear AC unit. Number 4. Engine is the Raba D2356 HM6U, which was also used in many other Ikarus models at the time. Number 5. Passenger saloon is 1.44 meters high, and the driver's area is 94 centimeters above ground. Number 6. Passenger capacity of the prototype was 28, but the bus could be configured to hold 45 to 50 passengers maximum, depending upon amenities specified. Enhancements for the driver also were incorporated into the 270. One safety feature was the articulated or deflecting steering wheel. In the event of a collision, the steering mechanism rotates, but the steering rod barely moves out of place and does not change as significantly as in the case of a rigid steering linkage, causing less injury to the driver. One of the most characteristic features of the Ikarus 270 bus was that the driver's seat was half a meter lower than the rest of the bus. This was done so that the bus driver would not be higher than others on the road and could see from the driver's perspective. According to memoirs, this idea was suggested by one of the Ikarus factory managers who visited the USA and observed this design on American buses of the time. It's quite possible that the inspiration for the 270 was the GM Buffalo type intercity bus, of which 4,558 were built between 1966 and 1980 and had the characteristic higher passenger compartment above the driver. The windshield was approximately 80 millimeters wider than on other buses built by Ikarus, which improved visibility. The passenger compartment floor level was 270 millimeters higher than on the Ikarus 250, which not only increased the luggage compartment but also allowed passengers to be located above the plane of the impact zone, which meant that they were not directly hit by a side impact. The body's strength was enhanced by rollover frames with thick steel around the body at the front and rear, as well as intermediate rollover frames located on each window pillar. All 28 passenger seats were secured with seat belts, a rarity at the time. The roof and side walls of the passenger compartment were padded to further enhance safety. The 270 was first exhibited to the general public at the B&V exhibition in 1975, along with several other interesting Ikarus buses. The only Ikarus 270 model produced had a luxurious interior. The bus was equipped with air conditioning, heat shielding glass, a wardrobe, a cupboard, a refrigerator, a hot drinks dispenser, a toilet, and a wash basin. A total of 6 seats were installed in the rear of the bus, which were rotated 90 degrees in the direction of travel. Although the bus caused a stir, it remained a concept vehicle. Customers from socialist countries could not afford to maintain a fleet of such buses, so they opted for the simpler Ikarus 250. The prototype remained in the possession of Ikarus, where it was dismantled several years after the tests were completed. However, the experience gained in creating the Ikarus 270 bus was used on several other types of vehicles. First on the Ikarus 254, a small series of which was considered a transition between the 200 and 300 series, and then on all 300 series buses in the 1980s. So there it is, the story of the lone, one-of-a-kind Ikarus 270. Now, even though nothing came of it, the experience in designing and building the 270 was used in later Ikarus bus models, so all was not lost. And to me, this is the Hungarian Buffalo bus. So is there anyone out there who has ever seen this bus? I know it was dismantled a long time ago, but if there's anyone out there who has seen this bus or has even been on it, let us know, because I think it would be very, very interesting to hear. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Ikarus 270, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.